Retro fans, welcome back to RGF RetroGameForce. You know the Sega MegaDrive Mini? The Sega MegaDrive Mini is out in the market. At least the Genesis Mini is out in the market. But guess what? I still didn't get mine. So next month only. Still, I consider myself a lucky guy, you know why? Because I own 3 Model 1s. I have the PAL Model 1, the European Sega Model 1 Mega Drive, the Genesis Model 1 from the US, and the Japanese Sega Mega Drive Model 1. But I'm curious, are they inside exactly the same from one another, or there's some differences? So, this is the content of this video. So guys, stay tuned! Okay, so it looks like I have some work in front of me. So I have here the first one, the Japanese Model 1 Mega Drive. Looks great, by the way. Then I have the Genesis does. Yes, it does. And then the almighty PAL, the one that I grew up with, the European Mega Drive Model 1. So, let's skip forward because, yeah, I have some screws to unscrew. And surprise, surprise, it looks like I do to do a bit more unscrewing because the PAL Mega Drive and the North America Genesis, they come up with this metal plate. And I think this was because of the FCC regulation and due to the electromagnetic influences that these devices could have into the TV and VCRs and whatever. And I think the FCC pushed Sega to have this metal plate in order to pass the patents and to pass the regulations. So yeah, I think I need to do a little more unscrewing. By the way, to mention that this little guy, the PAL Mega Drive, is made in Malaysia. I think I have another PAL Mega Drive that is attached to the Power of Tower, so Mega CD and 32X is made in Japan because this is the first model that has the high graphics, high definition graphics, and the serial console in this one doesn't have. This one is made in Japan, this Genesis, which is interesting, and of course this is made in Japan. Yeah, Japanese Mega Drive made in Japan. Yes. One thing that I noticed already different is that the Japanese Mega Drive has a different power system, as you can see, compared to the other regions, because this one has a lock mechanism that doesn't allow you to put a cartridge if it's on, so you don't damage the system. Interesting already, but I need to do a little bit more of unscrewing to see these two bad boys naked, let's say. So here they are, exposed finally. So we have the PAL Mega Drive, here it is. We have the Genesis from North America, and we have the Mega Drive from Japan, the original one. So I don't know if you noticed by now, but it's very interesting what we have here, because the PAL Mega Drive actually has very similar or the same PCB compared to the Japanese Mega Drive. The chipsets, the chips, they're all in the same position. And of course there are some condensators, different brands, but they are in the same position. But the North American one, the Genesis, is completely different. It's completely different PCB and the chips are in the completely different order. And that's interesting because the Genesis is made in Japan as the Japanese Mega Drive but this one is actually made in Malaysia, so it's interesting. So let's check some high quality pictures so I can give you a bit more or better view of the all three PCBs. Here we have some high quality pictures, and sorry about the dust, these consoles were not properly cleaned, but in the video we actually cannot notice the dust, but on high quality pictures we can see everything. After a careful inspection of the boards, I would say that the Model 1 PAL, the European board that you'll see here, is very close to the Japanese board, the Japanese PCB. And they include all the original chipsets, all the original components, and how the MegaDrive Model 1 was built. This means that all the famous chipsets that the MegaDrive was famous for, they are here and they are completely separated from one another. This means that the SMOS from Toshiba is there, the Z80 8-bit coprocessor from the Master System is also present, the famous VDP, the Yamaha 7101 is there, and the frequency modulation synthesizer, the Yamaha 2612, is also absolutely separated in all its glory on the Japanese and European boards here. The Genesis Model 1 here, in the other hand, is a completely different device. Is more a Model 2 of the MegaDrive on the Model 1 shelf. So in this case we have a lot of merged chipsets, so I'm pretty sure that this model don't have the same audio and video quality compared to the other Model 1s present on this video. So after all of this, you can see there are differences between all of these models, but how they play, how they sound, this one will stay for the part 2 of this video. So guys, thank you very much for watching. As usual, don't forget to put a like, a dislike, subscribe to the channel to watch, for example, the part 2 of this video, and as usual, until the next video, take care and bye bye.